We as humans are said to be predictable and repeat some of our actions based on routines we unconsciously create. One of the things I do almost daily is to take notes. Maybe they're not the prettiest you've seen, but every time I've had to look back to them to study or recall some information, I'm pleased with what I've created. That's why today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips I've found useful for when I'm taking my notes. But before we start, I want to talk to you about DataCamp because they've been kind enough to sponsor today's video. DataCamp is an online learning platform that focuses on helping you learn how to interpret, manipulate, and overall deal with data. Because no matter what your field of interest might be, data is always important to analyze the different phenomena around us. What's great about it is that it doesn't matter if you already have some knowledge or if this is the first time you're dealing with data. DataCamp offers courses for everyone for you to learn at your own pace. Recently, I've been trying to discover more from the different fields in computer science, especially machine learning and AI. So I joined this course called Machine Learning for Everyone, which explains the fundamentals of this field of study. What I've liked the most from my learning experience is the short lessons that you can take at any time of the day that come with interactive exercises which help you a lot to think through and understand the material. You can create an account completely for free with no credit card required through my link in the description. This is a great way to support me and the channel, and with your free account you get access to the first chapter of all courses with no need of downloading any software. Everything is on the browser or through the app, which is a great alternative if you're always on the go. Again, if you want to learn something new or expand your current knowledge in data, make sure to sign up through the first link in the description. And now, let's start with the video. One thing that has impressively changed my note-taking experience is using the tablet vertically instead of horizontally. Some of you have actually recommended this in the past, and what I've liked the most about it is that it reduces the times you have to be scrolling up and down so you get a more fluid and constant writing experience. Also before, when writing in landscape mode, I felt I needed to stretch my handwriting because there's a wider space to cover. And yes, the easy writing pad is a tool that can help you, but even still I feel it is way better to write in portrait, probably because it also resembles the regular paper layout. So for tip number 1, I would say you should try to switch either from landscape to portrait or from portrait to landscape to see which one works best for you, and make sure to share your preferences in the comments down below. If you recall from the previous tips and tricks video I did, I said the one thing I would always mention to someone that wants to start taking notes is to establish a good organization system so you always know where your notes are stored. Tip number 2 is one that I would also suggest to someone that's interested in note-taking, which is to invest some time in discovering the features of the note-taking app you're using. This can be yourself in your free time exploring the app, or you can also visit the Play Store from time to time to read what's new in the latest update, or you can also watch review videos where they show all the features, including the hidden ones. For example, I recently discovered that Samsung Notes has implemented a feature with which you can draw some shapes without directly using the Shapes tool. This enhances the writing experience as it helps a lot for when you have to quickly draw one or two shapes. On the other hand, this tip is crucial for apps like lecture notes that really require you to invest some time to understand all the features to get the most out of the app. Tip number 3 and number 4 are related because they both involve the use of paper templates. I strongly recommend you look for some templates you can download online that you like, that improve your productivity and that help you create better notes. All the note-taking apps I've tested to this day come with some preloaded templates which sometimes can be useful. In Samsung Notes, I've been using the dotted template for quite a while now, and it has worked really well for almost all the notes I take. NoteShelf, on the other hand, has this really nice feature that allows you to look and download many additional templates for different categories under NoteShelf Club. And if you want to go even further, Lecture Notes allows you to create your own paper templates by programming them yourself. The first time I found out about paper templates and got to use them to take my notes was an enlightening experience. However, in the long run, it became sort of a mental limitation for the way I needed to write my notes. I tend to follow patterns in most of the things I do, and last year I told myself that I needed to follow the Cornell method for all the lectures and classes I was taking. The Cornell method is great, but when I couldn't fully adapt the template to one of the classes, it was kind of frustrating and demotivating at times. This is why I've been now using the simple dotted grid paper, which provides the reference lines that I need while still giving note-taking versatility for just brainstorming, studying, or taking class notes. So for tip number 4, I would say you should always look to diversify the way you take your notes so they don't become repetitive, and that way you can maintain enthusiasm towards them. Finally, for tip number 5, I think a really good way of making your notes inviting for yourself so you can have future pleasant study sessions is to include images as a reference on your notes. I feel this is especially useful for when there are many different keywords and definitions because it encapsulates everything in a visual reference, which can most of the times help you learn or associate concepts faster. You can either take a picture, download one and paste it on your notes, or you can let your inner artist take care of it. A great additional tip for this is to open your note-taking app in a pop-up window and lower its transparency. This can hopefully reduce the time you spend drawing and help you get better results. Now, I've decided to add a lightning round with small tips and tricks, but that mostly apply to Samsung Notes. You can probably apply one of them depending on the note-taking app you use, but Samsung Notes is the main and really the only note-taking app I'm using this semester. I know that some of you were interested in that question, and without further ado, let's get started. If you're just starting to use Samsung Notes or you haven't looked very deep into it, make sure you go to the settings, scroll all the way down and enable the advanced features. And also make sure to enable all the toolbar add-ons, which are going to give you an enhanced note-taking experience. If you're someone that likes to write with different pen tools, an easier way for you to make these changes is to add some of them as your favorites and detach the favorites toolbar to have it floating around your screen. Also, if you're using any S Pen that can charge on your tablet, that means you can also tap the S Pen button to rotate between your favorite writing tools. And now that we're talking about the S Pen button, if you press and hold and tap your screen twice, that's going to pop up a new notes window, or if you do it with your screen off, that's going to allow you to take an off-screen memo. Last but definitely not least, there are some widgets available for you to add to your homepage. I use this one to have a quick glance of my to-do list, and a small extra tip I can give you if you're planning on doing this is to move every new page you create to the top so you can always see it through your widget. Let me know if you have any note-taking tips you'd like to share. I'm more than interested in reading them in the comments. Remember to subscribe to be notified of my future uploads. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video or if you found any helpful tips that you're going to be using during your note-taking sessions. Make sure to check out these videos and I'll see you in the next one. This has been A Regular Teenager. Take care. Peace. Now, hopefully, this was properly